Hi, good morning. Welcome to our practice. It's a little bit dark this morning. I think we're starting to lose our sunrise. I can see it just about to come up. And the moon, the full moon just over here, I wish I could show it to you. So it's a beautiful morning down the sun rising, this full moon for our practice. So welcome. Let's get ourselves centered. Looking around at this day, whether you're here in the morning or in the middle of the day or at night, just see this day. Use your eyes, take in the colors, take in what's around you, beauty of interest. Maybe there's chaos around you, but you have this space on your mat for this hour. It's your time, your sacred space. Whatever is happening in your life, this space is sacred. And then take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, have a sense of your awareness flowing down your body from the crown of your head, down your shoulders, your torso, your arms, your legs, to the tips of your fingers and toes. Be present in this body. Hello, amazing sacred temple that houses my being for this lifetime. And then taking another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just feel the breath releasing from the belly. And feel the next in-breath just naturally flowing back into the belly. This lovely flow of breath. And today we're going to be working with our throat chakra. The element there is space. A lot of spaciousness in our movement, and especially around our shoulders and neck and throat. And I'm also going to teach you a breathing practice, which is very good for the throat chakra, and I'll invite you to use it while we practice today at different times. And so bring one hand in front of your face so that the palm's in front of your mouth a few inches. And you're going to breathe in normally through your nose. And as you breathe out through your mouth as if you're trying to fog a mirror. Your hand's the mirror. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out, fog the mirror of your hand. And then the next couple of breaths, try that again, but this time try to fog the mirror with your nose so the mouth stays closed. You can bring your hand down, keep using that same breath. So the out breath, you fog the mirror. You should hear it. It's called the whispering breath, Ujjayi, the victorious breath. And you'll notice that to create that whispering sound, you just have to slightly constrict the throat. And it is just slight. This doesn't need to be really strong. Just slowing down the out breath, and that stimulation there at the throat is very good for the thyroid, the parathyroid, and for the throat chakra. So as you continue to breathe, I'll tell you a little bit about the throat chakra. So you know that you want to work with the throat chakra if you're having any issues with your shoulders, your neck, your throat, your thyroid, your parathyroid gland, sort of around the base of the skull here, the jaw. The throat chakra is the center of our ability to communicate. And so we want to be able to have a healthy, open, honest communication. So if you're not feeling able to express yourself, if you're feeling like you have to lie in order to be accepted or heard, if you feel that what you have to say is not as important as anybody else, then your throat chakra may need some work. Our throat chakra asks us to be really authentic, to have integrity, to know who we are. So we're coming back to Manipur, that self-belief, that self-worth, and knowing our strengths. And then that rises into the heart chakra. We'll begin to open up and trust and put ourselves out there lovingly in the world. And then that bubbles up to the throat chakra so that you're expressing that in what you say and what you do. The throat chakra is considered a master chakra, like a motherboard. And when it's balanced, all the other chakras come into alignment as well. And you master the throat chakra when you're very aware of what you say, how you say it, and what you choose not to say. What you do, how you do it, and what you choose not to do. And that flows from a strong sense of self. And so I'm going to read you this poem by Maddie Stepanek, and I invite you to bring one hand to your heart and one to your belly. Release the ujjayi breath for a moment. Tune in, and then maybe creating an intention based on what you hear or something I've already said. He says, and he's only 11 years old when he wrote this, so it's amazing. We need to stop. Just stop. Stop for a moment before anybody says or does anything that may hurt anyone else. So our throat chakra asks us to be really clear that our words and actions are powerful. So we cultivate this ability to come to stillness, to be quiet and silent, and then to act or speak from a place of authenticity and love. He says we need to be silent, just silent. Silent for a moment before we forever lose the blessing of songs that grow in our hearts. I love that, the blessing of songs that grow in our hearts. That is your authentic voice speaking to you in your heart. And we have to be silent, create space for silence to hear it. We need to notice, just notice. Notice for a moment before the future slips away into ashes and dust of humility. Stop, be silent, and notice. We are a mosaic of gifts to nurture, to offer, to accept. Feel those gifts and let them bubble out from your heart through the throat chakra into the world. We need to be, just be for a moment, kind and gentle. And so I invite you now to create an intention for your practice today, perhaps based on some of those words, ideas that I've spoken, or some other truth, authenticity, knowing that's bubbling up from within you. How do you want to be in your practice today? What do you want to practice on your mat so you can take it into your life, and repeat that 3 times. And then bring the hands into your lap, creating the Akash mudra. That's the mudra of the throat chakra, middle fingers and thumbs touching. And we'll begin with one mantra. The Bija mantra of the throat chakra is hum, H-A-M, hum, breathing in. And then taking the arms high, stretch to the sky. And take your shoulders down your back. Draw the shoulder blades down your back. So the fingers are reaching for the sky, but the shoulder blades are drawing down your back. You start to create balance and integration through the shoulders. Breathe in. Breathe out, open wide. Breathe in, long through the crown of the head. Breathe out, bring the chin down and tuck it into the throat. We'll just warm up a bit through the throat and neck. Breathe in, lift the chin, but don't pinch the back of the neck, so keep the back of the neck long. Breathe out, chin to throat, as if you're squeezing a lemon there at your throat. Breathe in, lift, spine is long, lifting from the crown. Breathe out, chin comes down to the throat. Breathe in. Chin in neutral position now. As you breathe out and take your right ear towards your right shoulder, extend the left arm out to the side. Feel the stretch up the side of the neck. If you want to give that a little massage or a tap to help release any tight fibers there. You're not looking down at your shoulder, you're looking forward as you do this to get into all these side long neck muscles. And then breathe into center. Take your right hand over to the side. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And if it feels good, a little tap or a squeeze or a press with your left fingers into the neck muscles there that feel tight, the shoulder muscles. Come back to center. Breathe in, long spine. Breathe out, look over your shoulder without twisting your shoulders with it. Breathe in. Look over your other shoulder. Breathe into center. And then bring your hands down so you come into cat position. And I should have said at the beginning, if you have a block, it'll be handy today. If you don't, that's okay. We can work without it. So if you need to pause this and go grab a block. But we're just doing a few cat-cows to awaken the spine. Really tucking the chin like we were just doing on the inhalation. Or sorry, on the exhalation, and lifting the chin on the inhalation as you stick out your bottom. Breathing in and out. And then walk your feet in underneath you, come up to standing. Take the arms high. Once again, lift for the sky. And then breathe out. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Tuck them in around the spine. So fingertips are lifting, arms are high, but shoulders are down. Feel them integrated into their sockets. You should feel the muscles around the shoulder blades and the side here of the armpit firming, contracting to support this. Breathe in and then breathe out, open. We'll do one more loosening for the spine before we begin the shoulders. Breathe in and open as if you're touching the backs of the hands together. Breathe out, the backs of the hands touch at the front, tuck your chin. Breathe in, open. Breathe out. So feel with all this opening, loosening through the shoulders, that we are freeing our authentic self to express itself. We are building our capacity to be discerning in what we say and what we do, not timid and hesitant, shy and scared to speak or act, but rather valuing silence. And if our words don't improve on silence, then maybe it's nice to just be in silence. Breathe in and release. And then come to the front of your mats. We're going to do a modified inner fire sequence. So taking that inner fire of who you know you are and bringing it and expressing it through the throat chakra. So come down into a forward fold. Knees are still soft. We're warming up. Give a little tap to your hamstrings, to the backs of your legs. Breathe in, rise up. Stretch for the sky, draw those shoulder blades down the back. Breathe out, fold down. This time you're going to halfway lift. So fingertips are either touching the earth or you're dangling here in tabletop position, you choose. Feet are pressing away from each other, kneecaps are lifting, and you're drawing those shoulder blades down the back. Breathe in and fold. Let's rinse through 2 more times. Breathe and lift. Draw the shoulder blades down. Breathe in. And then on the out breath, fold to forward bend. Activate the legs. Halfway lift. Shoulders are back. Shoulder blades down the spine. Breathe in and out. Breathing in, rising. Take the shoulder blades down the back as you exhale. Breathing in, fingertips to the sky. And breathing out, fold and come down. Last one, halfway lift. Draw those shoulders back, really roll them back. Feel how you have options of where to put them. And then as you draw them back and down, hold them there. Press your feet apart. Activate the legs. Breathe in. And then breathe out, fold down. Relax and have a little sway. Side to side. Releasing, softening, still warming up. And then take your right leg back. So we're in a triangle position. Rise up in your triangle. Make sure your heels in line with your back arch. Take the arms high. You know what I'm going to say. Take the fingertips high, the shoulders down the back. Squeeze that right buttock. And then take the left arm down. So it's inside the knee. The right arm is up on a diagonal. Breathe and stretch through the fingertips. And then breathe out. The hand comes down to meet the left hand. So we're in just an easy triangle to start. Breathe and extend. Breathe out, come down. And you could use your Ujjayi breath. We're going to do 3 more of these. So fog the mirror with your nose on the out breath. Make it slow and deliberate. Feel into the opening in your body. Right hip opening, right shoulder opening, spine extending, legs pressing away from each other. And now from this extension, bend into that forward leg. Rest your knee or your hand, depends how low you want to come. And then take the right arm overhead. We're in side angle pose. And drop that right hip down. Breathe in, take that right arm back. Left palm up, stretch and reverse. Knee stays bent, hand or elbow to the knee and stretch overhead. Drop the right hip down. Keep that right shoulder back and the heart pivoting towards the sky. Breathe in. We'll do 3 more. If you can bring your Ujjayi breath. It slows things down, makes things deliberate. Remember your intention and breathe it through your every movement. Long spine, that right pinky toe is connected to the earth. The right glute is strong. Lovely. Pause here, stretch through the fingertips, really long line from the pinky toe to the middle finger of the right hand, and then breathe out, take that arm down, come down into a low lunge. Relax your right toes. You know, I never let you get by without a lunge. They're so important for our hips. Breathe in, breathe out, fold. Breathing in. Whispering breath, if that feels good. Open your hips so that you can move forward each day. It takes a lifetime really to fully become. A whole lifetime is a becoming more and more of who we are. You can slow things down. We need open hips as well to keep moving forward even when things are hard. Take the arms down, your right fingertips on the ground, and your left arm's going to open to the sky into a twist. Breathe out, come down. So keep lifting the left arm with the inhalation. I'm just going to show you if you do have a block and you don't want to be as deep, you can use the block to keep yourself higher. In that twist, you can choose a few different levels. Or if it feels good to you to have the hand on the ground, feel free. So focus on the opening in the thoracic spine. One more time here. And down. Tucking your toes. Sorry, and you're going to take the left leg back. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Breathe in and press the earth away. Breathe out, coming down through that easy plank. Hands come to Sphinx, another one we always do. So beautiful for lengthening and opening the low back. Make sure you're pressing your pubic bone down without gripping your glutes. Press into the elbows, spread the fingers wide, press into them. Breathe in. Keep pressing into the elbows as you squeeze that lemon again at your throat. Breathe in. Keep pressing through the elbows. So what you don't want to do is collapse like I'm doing here. You want to stay lifted like I'm doing here the whole time. Squeeze that elbow. Focus on what's happening through the neck. Squeeze the elbow, the lemon. Breathe in. And then look over your shoulder. Breathe in, pressing, strong arms. In breath, out breath to twist. In breath, out breath to twist. And then just let it be free for a moment. Let yourself ooze and sway and move around. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. And we're going to rise up into downward dog. And so once you remember that feeling while we're just softening into downward dog of really lifting the arms to the sky and then taking the shoulder blades down the back. And you want to try that here. So press the hands, especially at the base of the fingers, not so much the heels of the hands. Press them down strongly into the earth and at the same time draw your shoulder blades down your back. So we have this feeling of strength and integration at our shoulders by drawing those shoulder blades down, but also openness through the neck and throat. Give your head a little move around by pressing into the earth and lengthening through our arms. Lovely. And then you're going to take your right leg into the air, stretch it high, breathe out, squeeze, tuck everything in, especially the chin to the throat. What we're focusing on, look forward a bit if you can, lengthen the neck, breathe out. If that's not comfortable, then don't look forward. Breathe out. Breathe in, lengthen and extend. This time you're going to take your right leg all the way through so that we're in triangle position now on the opposite side. I'm just going to pop around so I'm facing you. So right heel's in line with the back arch. Back foot's at about 60 degrees. Breathe in. Oh, I'm looking at this beautiful full moon that's still so high in the sky. Breathing in, lengthen. Breathing out, take the right hand inside the right knee, left arm up on a diagonal. Press the legs away, lengthen through your fingertips. Smile, doesn't this feel good? Breathe out. Left hand like you're clapping the right. Breathe in. So use your Ujjayi breath. I'll talk you through some alignment as you do this. Squeeze the left glute. Try to open that left hip. The left shoulder opening, the heart lifting towards the sky. But you don't need to take that left arm right back. Just lift it up towards the sky. The arms are in one plane. If you've got really hypermobile shoulders, you don't need to open it right back. Beautiful. Last time. Lifting. And then bend into that forward knee. Drop that left hip a bit. Elbow or hand on the knee as you take your left arm overhead. Pause here a moment. Use your right elbow or hand to pivot that left shoulder open slightly. Look up if that's okay for your neck. Otherwise, you're looking forward. And then breathe in. Rise up. Right palm faces up and comes over. Lovely stretch through the right side. And then extending, opening as you breathe out. Breathe in, rise. Keeping things slow and deliberate. A lovely, graceful dance this morning to open our bodies. Moving with awareness. Feeling that in these moments, like Maddie Stepanek said, we can just stop. Just listen. Just notice. Just be. Stand here and then take that left arm down, come over and around that right leg, drop the left knee, relax the foot, rise into your low lunge, breathe out, fold. As you rise, you're taking the arms high, the shoulder blades low, moving in opposite directions. It's a bit like the wisdom where from your sacrum down, there's a sense of moving down through your legs and being grounded. And from your sacrum up, the spine rises towards the sky like a plant rises towards the light. Same thing happens at your shoulders. The arms rise and the shoulders come down to create that openness there. And now the left hand comes down. Remember, you could use a block here. The right arm lifts. Breathe out. So just make it an easy twist. Something that feels good for your shoulders, your hip. You want the right knee to open outward, feel free. Feel into your body and what feels good. Always invited to make modifications that are true to you. The throat chakra would ask us to do that. To act wisely. To flow from what we know is good and true for ourselves. Lovely. And then tuck the back toes, bring that leg in, forward fold, just a little sway, side to side. And then bend the knees, roll yourself up, take the arms high. Breathe out, arms come down. Just reaffirm your intention, how you choose to be, what is true for you. Breathe in, lift to the sky. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift, shoulders come down. Breathe out, release. Breathe in, halfway lift. This time take the arms out to the side. Keep the shoulder blades drawing in towards the spine. Take the arms overhead. If this is too strong, just leave the arms in one of the other positions. Stretch through the fingertips, draw the shoulder blades down, and breathe out. Breathe in to rise. Breathe out to fold. Breathe in this time, arms straight out to the side. Breathe out, pause. Breathe in, reach long. Legs are active, glutes are squeezing. And breathe out. Beautiful. Take that right leg back into your triangle position. Rise up, arms long. Breathe out. The left hand comes inside. If you want to take it deeper this time, then take the arm down, the hand down the leg. What you don't want to do is collapse forward with your hips. So as soon as you start collapsing forward, then it's probably time to stop. So as long as you can keep that hip open, the legs coming towards straight but not locked, then you're okay to come lower. Again, if you have a block, you could use it on the low setting or the high to support you here. Hanging in space makes you use your core. Press your feet away from each other. Look up if you can. Breathe. Breathe out, arm comes down. Breathe in to lift. Look and stretch, take those shoulder blades down the spine. Breathe out. You're going to do 3 more if you want to practice your Ujjayi. Follow the breath on your out breath. Lovely. And now bend into that forward leg. We're going to make it a little stronger now by taking the back leg further back. If you don't want to do that, feel free to keep it softer by keeping it closer. So you can, once again, use your elbow, or same thing, you can drop that hand to the inside. Right arm comes overhead to make it stronger. You could have your block there. Or if you want to make it stronger again, take both arms overhead, reach long, press into the right pinky toe. And then we're going to reverse. Breathe in. Breathe out. You choose your position, but drop that right hip down. Press through both legs. Breathe in. 2 more times. Ujjayi. Fold. Slow out breath. And out. And then the arms come down. If you want to keep it a high lunge this time, I invite you to do so. If you want to keep it low, it's absolutely up to you. The right fingertips are on the ground, or you're resting on a block. Left arm lifts. Breathe out. In breath opens the heart. Out breath. Release and relax. You can open that left knee outward if that feels good. Let it roll to the outside, pinky side of the foot. Or keep it steady. Beautiful. And take that leg back now. And rather than come into plank, we're going to do a little flip reverse with our plank. So you're going to take your right leg behind, bring yourself around onto your bottom. Legs are bent. Hands come so that the fingers are facing towards the feet. If that's not right for you, feel free to turn your hands whatever direction works for your wrists. Press into your feet, press into your hands, and lift your bottom to the sky. Look towards your knees. Keep that chin tucked strongly. Breathe out. Either come all the way down and have a good rest and release your arms if that was hard, or with each in-breath and out-breath, in-breath, squeeze and lift the glutes, press the arms down, out-breath, just a little soft. So you choose how soft you want to go. Release back down to the earth, give your arms a little rest, or just little pulses, and we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, squeezing the glutes, pressing the hands down into the earth, opening the chest. 2 more squeezes. Beautiful long breaths. This is strong. This will really work your triceps and your glutes. And then breathe out, come down. Well done. Bring yourself around onto your belly. So we're doing that instead of plank. That's an upward plank. It wasn't quite the full one yet. And then the hands come down by your sides. Rest on your right cheek. Breathe in, lift to center, look at the ground. Try to touch your feet with your fingers. Breathe out, rest on your left cheek. Breathe in, long, draw the hands down the legs. Rest on your right cheek. And breathe in, lift and lengthen. And down to the left. Beautiful. And hands come under the shoulders, tuck your toes, and take yourself up into downward dog. So feel once again that pressing down through the hands, drawing the shoulder blades down. Remember that feeling as we come down onto our knees. If you have a block, you're going to take it between your hands like this. If you don't have a block, that's okay. You can still do it. If you have it, you're placing it down in front of you with your hands in that position. If you don't, then just have your hands in that position in front of you. Bring the elbows down. The elbows are in line with the wrists, so there should be equal distance between the wrists and the elbows. The forearms are parallel. Tuck your toes, press into your elbows, and rise up into a dolphin pose. And breathe out, come down. Breathe in, press the earth away, draw the shoulder blades down the back, and release. So we're going to do 3 more breaths. You can either hold if you're feeling strong enough, or come up and down, you choose. Breathe in long, press, press, press the elbows to the earth, the shoulder blades down the back. We want space for our head to be hanging freely and space between our ears and our shoulders. 1 more breath. And then bring the legs down, well done. And then rise up into full downward dog again. Feel how much we're using the arms today. Really a good strengthener through the shoulders and integrator. Lovely. And then take the left leg into the air. Stretch it to the sky. Breathe out, squeeze in. Breathe in, lengthen, look up if that's good for your neck. Breathe out. Breathing in. You always have the option to just have your head in a neutral position, especially if you've had injury or whiplash. And out. And then bring that leg down, and you're taking your right leg forward so that we're ready for triangle on this opposite side. So rise up, take the arms high, breathe out. You're either going to come to triangle at your knee again, or you're going to take it deeper or use the block. You choose. What you're looking for is that that left hip can still stay open. Breathe in, extend, look up if that's possible. Breathe out, arm comes down. Breathing in. And 3 more breaths. Press those feet away. In triangle, we're asked to look at the way. There's so many different aspects and perspectives on things. There's who I know I am, who I think other people want me to be, how I've been in the past. We're trying to balance all these things all the time when really we're asked to be centered in our heart space. Bend into that forward leg, either resting the knee or the hand. Just inch that left leg back a bit and drop your left hip. If you prefer, have the hand to the inside, the arm up to the sky, or of course you have the option, use your whole core to extend through both arms. Breathe in, rise up. Use this as a little break to lengthen, release. Breathe out, extend, keep that left shoulder pivoting back. Breathe in. Breathe out, Ujjayi breath. Breathe in. Breathing out. See how deeply you can come into that forward knee. And then take the arms down, well done. Keep it high with the back knee, or if you want to keep a low lunge, you choose. Breathe in and lift the right arm. Breathe out, let it come down. Open that knee if it feels good. And 3 more. Fog the mirror with your out breath. Lift to your highest for today. What would that mean to you if today I opened my heart and I let all my expression of what I say and what I do flow from my heart space out into the world? Lovely. And then bring that leg back forward, a little fold. And then rise up. Take the arms high. Breathe out, well done. Breathe in, open the shoulders. And breathe out, tuck. Everything a little shake. And so we're going to bring our weight now over onto our left leg. Squeeze the glute. Just stand for a second on that one leg. Feel yourself rising up. Arms come high. Shoulders stay low. And then take your awareness over to the right leg. Same way. Kneecap lifting. Knee not locked. Squeeze the glute. Lift through the spine. Through the crown. Through the arms. Draw the shoulders down. Find some space. And then come back to Tadasana. We're prepping for Eagle Pose, Garudasana. So now, bring the weight over to the left. Squeeze that left glute. And let's prep our arms first. You're going to take your leg across, but we'll do the arms before we do. So extend the arms wide. Take the shoulder blades down the spine. Take your left arm over your right. And then either touch the backs of the hands together or completely bind and touch the palms together. If that's not available to you, then just have the backs of the hands touching or the palms touching. Otherwise, come into the full bind, lift the shoulders. Now you're going to have that weight on the left leg and take the right toes and just rest them to the outside. Pause here, make sure you have your balance. If you want to go further, you're just going to take the weight off that foot and have it resting to the outside of the leg. And if you want to go further again, you're bending into the left knee and taking that leg all the way around into the full bind of Eagle. You choose. Anywhere you stand, because the weight's on the left leg, you're getting the benefits. And now really press the elbows together, the forearms together, the knees together if you're in the full bind. Breathe here, lift the elbows, feel the shoulders coming down the back, the elbows lifting, strength, focus and determination. Each day it actually takes this focus and determination to stay who you are, because we have so many outside influences stimulating us all the time to think, oh yes, I need that, oh yes, I should be that way. So be focused and determined, this is who I am. And then breathing in, release the arms. Breathing out, release the legs and fold yourself down. Give everything a little shake and a release. Well done. Garudasana is strong and it asks you to be focused and determined. Garuda actually means devour in Sanskrit, and Vishuddhi actually means extreme purification. We're taking the right elbow over the left. So it's asking you to purify that which is not you. The weight's on the right leg. Knee has some play in it. Right glute is squeezed strong. You know you've got options with your arms. Lift the elbows. Toes to the outside of the right foot. Find a spot, stare at it. Keep that right leg active. If you want to take the weight fully off the left leg, do. And if you want to come into the full bind, helps to bend the right knee first and then wrap around. Wherever you are, lift the elbows, draw the shoulders down the spine, press the forearms together, press the knees together if you're in the full bind. Breathe. Letting all that is not me fall away. Purifying. Staying focused and determined to follow my own path. Hearing the song, the blessings within my own heart. Being true and authentic to me. Following that which makes me feel alive. Because as Robert Thurman says, the world needs people who feel alive. And then relax the arms, take them high. Release the leg, take the arms low. Give everything a little shake. Well done. Beautiful. Breathe in. And sway and take the arms around. Breathe in other way. Slowing down. Other way. And just a little sway side to side, a softening of the shoulders. Beautiful. And then coming down onto your mat. So last week we looked at putting a block behind your mid-back in order to create an opening at the heart or at the diaphragm. Today we're going to do that at the heart. If you don't have a block, you could use a cushion or a folded cushion or another mat. And you're just placing it underneath the shoulder blades. So it should feel quite comfortable. My shoulder blades are resting here. And then I let the head come back. If that's not comfortable, I can either support it with my hands or have another cushion here. You never want any strain there at the neck. So if that doesn't feel good, it's really important to grab that other cushion and support yourself. And then the legs stay bent, just checking in with the low back. And if that's okay, then you can straighten your leg. Beautiful. In fact, I'll grab a cushion so we can see that for the video. So if that's not comfortable, just like last week, then I invite you instead, we often finish with the block under our bottom legs in the air, to do that instead. So you can see now I've got the block underneath my head, supporting the neck. If it felt good to have it back, then that's totally fine. And then take the arms out at shoulder height, just let them relax. Notice how that feels. Now do cactus arms, the elbows bent, and notice how that feels. And then try the arms long and extended, and notice how that feels. And then if possible, holding opposite elbows and noticing how that feels. And then you choose the one that felt the best. I'm just going to lie here a moment and let gravity do its work, drawing our shoulders down and open, loosening these pec muscles, freeing the spine with each breath. So with each long, deliberate breath that you take, the ribs start to open and move more freely. They are meant to move a bit with your breath. Sternum is lifting. Feel as if the lungs have more space to open. And making sure once again that the neck is comfortable in whatever position you've chosen. This is a lovely heart opener, which also helps to open the shoulders, so that gives the benefits to the throat chakra. And then release the arms wherever they are, bend the knees, roll to one side, and take your block out of the way. Come up to sitting, and we'll just bring the arms high, just a little counter pose for that. The knees are nice and soft for your hands. And just let yourself curl forward. Breathe in, take the arms high, bring the soles of the feet together this time, and breathe out, fold forward. Breathing in. And if there's something I haven't done for you that you need to do before we come down into Shavasana for deep relaxation, then please feel free to pause and do that now. Otherwise, we're meeting in Shavasana for a well-earned deep relaxation. If you want something under the knees to soften them, I'm just showing you that. If you want something low under the head, that's a bit high for me, I wouldn't do that, but you can have that there. Put that under the knees. Having the knees nice and soft keeps the low back at ease, kind of open and spacious. You know you need something under your head if your chin is jutting up to the sky. You want the chin to be able to be in a neutral position there, so the back of the neck long, the throat open. And so as you come down, just starting to focus on your out-breath. And I should say, if you're practicing this again, if you're in that heart opening position with a block under you and that just feels like bliss and you want to stay there for the relaxation, then feel free to do that. And so we take the time now to just stop. You've come into your body, you've opened and awakened, you've stretched, you've strengthened, you've tuned into joints and muscles and breath and movement, your organs, the glands, whole systems have been affected by what you've done today, especially through the neck and throat, the shoulders, the heart area. And now you take the time to let it all sink in, to just settle into each cell, each joint, letting the body reintegrate itself to take on what you've just done and to come to a higher level of well-being. You need to give it time to sort of simmer and sink in. And so I invite you to remember that ujjayi breath we were doing. So breathing in, and with your out breath, ujjayi, long and slow. The in breath comes to the belly rises softly. The out breath, long and slow. Following the out breath from the crown of the head as it just softly spreads down from the head until it reaches the tops of the shoulders. The in breath fills the belly. And that next long, slow out breath takes an easy, comfortable wave of relaxation down the arms to the fingertips. In breath to the belly. Ujjayi breath takes the next breath from the shoulders, just easing its way down the spine, softly, calmly. In breath, into the belly, out breath, down through the hips, down the legs, to the tips of the toes. In breath, into the belly. Out breath, you feel it flow through the whole of your body, long and slow and at peace. And then I invite you just to focus on the throat. It's our center of awareness this morning. And imagine a soft blue light there, the blue of the sky. With each ujjayi breath, That blue light radiates out from the throat. As you breathe in, asking yourself, who am I? And as you breathe out, it's like you're just radiating that blue light, like a beacon, a lighthouse. Breathing in, who am I? Breathing out, radiating your own truth. So it doesn't have to be named, it's just felt. The in-breath, who am I? The out-breath, that blue light is like a soft voice saying, you know, feel it, feel it, feel it in your heart. Keep breathing, feeling, radiating. And remembering these words from Maddie Stepani. We need to stop. Just stop. Stop for a moment before anybody says or does anything that may hurt anyone else. We need to be silent. Just silent. Silent for a moment before we forever lose the blessing of songs that grow in our hearts. Silent for a moment before we forever lose the blessing of songs that grow in our hearts. We need to notice, just notice. Notice for a moment before the future slips away into ashes and dust of humility. Stop, be silent, and notice. Feeling the breath in your body, feeling your body supported by the floor, feeling the space around you and the day and the life that's going on out there beyond your mat, beyond this sacred space you've created. And have a sense now that in just a moment, as you begin to peel yourself off your mat, that you're not going to leave your yoga self lying there, but she's coming with you. So begin to move and stretch in a way that feels comfortable, that reawakens your body with honor and nurture and acceptance. And slowly make your way back to sitting. Like bookends, we finish our practice in this posture of awareness and presence. As you come to sitting, bringing your hand to your heart and to your belly, feeling into you. And whatever intention it was that you set for your practice, just check in with curiosity, with love and gentleness. How did that go? And is this the intention you'd like to take off your mat and into the world? Or is there something else that has arisen? Some awareness, some insight of how you would like to be today. Whatever arises, affirm that 3 times here. Create your highest intention. And then choose to focus your attention on that throughout your day. That's the tricky part. The yoga helps bring it into your body. And then we finish with one hum mantra, breathing in. Our hands come to our hearts. We acknowledge the highest within ourselves and within all living beings as we bow together and say Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today. So be really aware of how you feel through your shoulders, through your throat today, how they feel now. Try to keep them open. Don't let them cramp back up with all the forward movement that we do. And remember to tune in to that song, that blessing in your heart. And be true to yourself. Speak your truth. Master what you say, how you say it, and what you choose not to say.